Hello, my loves. If you're new, welcome. I'm Andrea, and welcome to Life as I Know It. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this DIY. Now, we're going to use all these items that we got from the dollar store to make a fun and easy summertime wreath. So, we're going to take the Chanel stems and we're going to put two in each section. You're just going to take the Chanel stem, put it underneath, and twist it 2 times, and then go on to the next one. You can tie knots, but I suggest you just twist it once or twice. Twice would be good. That way you know it will stay in. Now, yes, this is a summer wreath, but you can use this method throughout the whole year. I had did this DIY and I forgot to show it. We're going back and forth from Pennsylvania to Kentucky. So I didn't get a chance to show you, but since I had already did it, I really just wanted to show it to you because you can use this method to make any wreath at any time. So like I said, we're going to put two Chanel stems on each frame. Now this is an 18-inch wreath. Now, the first set of stems I showed you did come from Hobby Lobby. They were on clearance. I think they were like 62 cents. They were really fluffy, and I didn't like the way they looked and felt inside the wreath. So I just took them out and then switched back to Dollar Tree stems. Now, you can use a whole stem when you're doing your wreath, or you can cut the stems in half. Now, if you're going to add ribbon, I would definitely say use the whole stem. Now, if you're just going to go ahead and use the mesh ribbon and that's it, then you can cut it in half. Now this mesh ribbon I got from Dollar Tree maybe 3-4 years ago. Is one of them gems where I just walked in the store. They had them in different colors. I grabbed 2 of each. On hindsight, I probably should have grabbed 3 of each. But we're going to use what we have. So what you're going to do is take the end of the mesh. You're going to put it together, close it so the ends aren't showing. You could always cut the ends, but you're still going to have to fold it over. We're going to open the Chanel stem. We're going to place our mesh in. We're going to tie the stems around it, and then we're going to flip it over. And what we can do is you're going to either do 4, 6, or 8-inch puffs. I say 4 is really good because you're going to use so much of the mush and it's going to be tight. So I don't measure it. So you can do it however you want to do. You take it, you make a puff, you put it in between the Chanel stems and you twist it. Move to your next one, you do the exact same thing. You puff it, put it in between the stems, and you continue on. You can start from the inside and work yourself out, or you can do it the opposite way and start at the end and work yourself in. I decided this year that I'm going to use a lot of mesh ribbing. I do have a lot in my stash and I don't want to repack these items when we move. So my focus this year, and this is my goal, is to use the majority of stuff that I have, a lot of it. And what I don't use, I'm definitely going to give away because I don't want to pack the same items that I unpacked. So use what you have in your stash. Before you go out and buy your autumn stuff, your Halloween, and your Christmas, go through your bins if you have them and take inventory of what you have. So that way you don't buy a lot of stuff that you already have. If you're like me at the end of the year, when Michael's, after each season, when Michael's and Hobby Lobby have their clearance sale, and I grab a lot of those items, now's the time to pull those bins out while it's warm and start going through it. Start getting your color scheme of what you want. So this way you don't make purchase of items that you already have that you can use. Once you have gone around one time completely, all you do is take your mesh to the next row, put it in that stem, twist it, and continue on. When you're done with your ribbon, when you come to the end, just fold the end, put it in a Chanel stem, tuck it over and twist it, and then start your new ribbon right on top of that one. Fold it in, twist it, and then to continue around. Now, the reason why I said I probably should have used three, only because this is an 18-inch wreath, and believe it or not, these two mesh ribbon did not complete you fold the ribbon the way I wanted it to look. It doesn't look bad, but I really should have even just put it on a 14-inch ribbon, or if I'd have had a third one, I would have just took it around. So it's just depending on your mesh. I don't think that the mesh was bad because it's from the dollar store. I just think because of the colors, I should have just used an extra one if I had it. But it still turns out great. So that's just the thing to keep in mind, depending on when you get your mesh and what the mesh actually looks like when you're putting it on the frame. That will determine whether or not you're going to use 2 or 3 rolls if you use the big rolls. Now, if you get it from the dollar store, you know you're going to use more rolls. So my suggestion is go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's, especially Hobby Lobby. They put their ribbon on sale every other week and it's 40% off. You see the length of it will definitely come out cheaper if you buy that ribbon because it's 40% off, it's giving you more, and it's thicker. So just an option. If you just want plain colors or a different design, I would try there first. When you get to the ends of your ribbon, just take it through the stem, and we're going to go ahead and tie it to one of the stems on the back of it, and then we're just going ahead and put it aside, and we're going to go ahead and make some ribbon to put on top of our frame. We're going to take the mesh tubing from the dollar store. We're going to take the end, make sure we leave a little bit out so we can have a tail. We're going to get our loop together, and then all we're going to do is make another loop, hold it with our finger, make another loop, catch that in your finger, make another loop, hold it with your finger. And that's the way we're going to do it. It's easier to do it this way, to hold it in your hand, make as many loops as you want, make them small or make them big. I like to make the big floppy loops. Once we're decided with how many loops you want to make and you're happy, then all you're going to do is use the rest and you're going to wrap it around to hold it in place. We're going to add a little hot glue to the middle, and then we're going to take the ribbon and continue to wrap it around, making sure that we cover up the hot glue. Now, if you don't have enough on there, you can always add a little more hot glue. But once you have that hot glue covered and it's nice, take the scissors, cut the end, and then we're going to make sure both of our tails are the same length. We're going to trim them off, and then we are done with this bow. We're going to take a good amount of hot glue and place it on the back of the coaster, and then we're going to place the coaster on the mesh. So once you have it on it, just press down a little, watch it because the glue is hot. Once we have that down, we're going to grab another coaster and we're going to continue the process of adding the coasters throughout the wreath. So this was something new in Dollar Tree this year. They had ice cream, they had fruit, they had different drinks, and it was 6 in a pack. So like I said, all I'm going to do is just add the coasters throughout. You could have used these coasters also to make a garland if you wanted to hang them up outside. We're going to add a little hot glue to our bow, and we're going to go ahead and put it on the mesh, and be careful because the glue is hot. Once we're satisfied with the amount of glue that's going to hold our bow, we are done with this fun, easy summer DIY wreath. So I've been talking about this basement forever, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a peek of my basement before I start pulling out my containers so that I can do inventory and get rid of some of the items that I'm not going to use. I got this sign, of course, from Hobby Lobby. So you can hear this noise. This is the reason why I do not film in the basement. But I'm just going to go ahead and give you a tour, and I'm going to mute the sound. Okay, so this is one room that goes all around. Then it has a closet there, and then there's a closet here. So we're going to go to this closet first. And as you can see, I have items all over the wall. When we leave out of here, I am going to have to take those nails out. Don't have to paint, but I am going to have to get rid of those nails. That door goes to the laundry room. This is an opening space. So I put all my containers in there. And then I have containers right here. Yes, there's stuff everywhere. I got that little rug from the dollar store. That's my little travel kit that I pack stuff in when I go to Pennsylvania. I love this. It's a lot of space. This is a hat that I had for my girlfriend's mother's birthday party. And all I did was put a bow around it for the party. Let's come down here. We have more items. Now, if we were going to stay here permanently, I probably would have everything set up the exact way that I wanted. But it's almost been a year and I'm still working on it. So I decided to stop working on it and just leave the items where they are as long as I know where they are. And then just go from there. These machines, oh my God, that noise, that is what you hear. And it is constant. This is really an old basement because it has the little, I don't know what you would call it, like a little ditch. So if it floods, the water will go into the drain and go out. Definitely an old basement. They paint the floors gray. They paint the walls white. So that is a blessing that I don't have to worry about painting this when I leave. So this is the second room. Now this blanket is over there because in the wintertime, this is an ice box. Even with the heater on, I have to put their clothes and put the heater on. It doesn't work. And as you see, I set up this wall. I set up this desk. This is where we were going to film. This is where we were going to do our crafts. It just didn't work out that way. Now, as you see, these are the little peg boys that I got from the dollar store. They would not stick to the wall. So what we did was take a board and attach them to the board and just nail them on the wall. That was a little foam that I got from the dollar store to cover the window because I meant to show you that. So this is a room. This is a nice size room. Then we just go back out. And as you can see, I don't know what that machine does, but it does make a lot of noise. This basement, I think someone told me that back in the day, this was a basement where the servants would live. And the way it's set off, like, I can kind of see that because you got all these little rooms and you have this big room and then the garage where they put the door, that was another room. So I can see it being that way. And as you can see, there's my cricket. We're going to go in here. I got more items right here. So I got all kinds of stuff here. I really am going to use the items that I have. This is underneath the steps. And what I don't use, I'm going to put a lot of this stuff and give it away. Well, my loves, that's the end of our little tour. If you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can become a part of our YouTube family. Don't forget to hit the like button. Also, hit the notification button. If you're returning, you are truly appreciated. Have a blessed day. Remember, it costs nothing to be kind, and we will see you in our next video. Bye for now.